Openly Beta.
Hello everyone, welcome to Openly Beta, and today is going to be a bit of a unique, different video for our channel. This is the Minecraft beta, and it's the most up-to-date beta, which came out yesterday, which is a huge update for Minecraft, as it adds RTX support, as well as DLSS 2.0. So RTX is the one that's grabbing all the headlines. RTX is basically an almost scarily accurate way of simulating light, and also by definition of that, the shadows that are cast from the light, and it absolutely transforms Minecraft. It transforms a lot of games, but unlike most games that use ray tracing, where they often pick certain things that are going to be ray traced, because otherwise the game wouldn't run very well. We have a special case of Minecraft because it's already incredibly easy to run, very pixely, so that gives them the opportunity to actually go all out with their ray tracing. We've seen it before with Quake 2 RTX, which is a similar sort of scenario, where it's a very simple baseline that they can then use to go all out with the ray tracing. So I'm not the right person to explain ray tracing if you are unfamiliar with it, but essentially it boils down to it's a realistic way of simulating light rays that come in and hit a surface and scatter off that surface, and it aims to be it's supposedly going to be the new way that we render light in games in the future, but it's in early days at the moment. The second new feature of the Minecraft beta is DLSS. Again, there's lots of videos on DLSS that you can look into. I'm not the right person to explain it properly, but essentially it uses machine learning techniques to upscale from a low resolution. So in this video, I have a 1080p monitor, and so the game will run at 540p and it will upscale it up to 1080p. And so in theory, this means that you're rendering half the number of, well, it's more than half. It's actually four times as less pixels as 1080p, and so you should see a really decent bump in performance for running it like that. But if it works properly, it should still look like 1080p. So I've already had a play around with this to make sure it works for this video, because it actually has been it wasn't easy to get this working, I have to say, but it is working now, and we'll have a look at what the game is like with the upscaling on and off, as well as ray tracing on and off. So I think it'd be quite fun. To do that. So if we look through, the way it's been implemented, it's a beta, right? So it's a bit of a funny way they've done it in this. So you've basically got different packs. They're like map packs, world templates. I'm not familiar with the terminology for Minecraft, the Windows version anyway. Oh yeah, that's good, worth mentioning. This only works on the Windows version, and it also only works with RTX graphics cards because it's hardware it's hardware accelerated ray tracing, which only RTX cards have. So you need to bear that in mind if you want to have a go at this. So there's different templates. So we'll go for this one here. Color, light, and shadow is kind of like the baseline demo of ray tracing in this, and it shows you some cool ways in which it's used, and then we'll go for like some more realistic Minecraft maps to look for as well. This particular map might not load though. I've been having a lot of issues with it. Hey, it worked. Okay, so this is Minecraft with ray tracing on. So as you can see, it looks bloody awesome. So part of the ray tracing pack, if you want to call it that, is that they've added basically new textures to some of the original blocks to support the ray tracing. So what we've got here is a glass surface. I think there's got water under there as well, and so you can see that the different coloured lights from here are not just reflecting like you'd see in an ordinary game that uses global illumination, but it actually I don't know the terminology, but you can see how realistic that looks. Look at that. It's like a proper accurate visualization of what it would be like in real life. It's not perfect. You don't have perfect reflections like that very often. It's glass over a water surface, and you can see that really obviously. It looks really effective. And then obviously, as you can see here, we've got God Rays coming in from outside, which is brand new for the RTX version, as well as just colour. You don't actually have any coloured lights in vanilla Minecraft. Like you can see that the blues kind of going onto the walls. Oh, it looks really good. So I'm running this on a RTX 2070 with an AMD Ryzen 3700X CPU, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I'm running this scene right here at 60 FPS. That is, I'll go into my settings to check everything's in order. So that's with upscaling on, so the game's actually running at 540p, and then the ray tracing render distance is right at the bottom, which it recommends that even if you have a 2080 Ti, it recommends you have it right at the bottom. This is how it is. So I'm going to leave. Oh, the FOV. The FOV is the only thing. The FOV is really low. It's on 60, and I'll see if I can increase it to 90. But I have a feeling that it's going to crush my frame rate. No. Okay, it didn't seem to make a difference, so that's nice. Okay, we'll keep it at 90. I'd much prefer it at 90. So yeah, let's have a look around. So this is different zones we can walk around. So global illumination. So this is just showing off a mirror. So that shows you that's what your Minecraft character actually looks like. It's not actually rendering, but this is a perfect mirror. The rays are coming in from here, bouncing off and reflecting in real time, which is an extremely cool achievement. To my knowledge, there aren't actually mirrors in Minecraft. I wonder if you can place mirrors from the panel, actually. I wonder if it's just called mirror. Let's see. Ooh, wow. Look at that. Okay, I want to know if I can place a mirror block. Okay, well, so that's a glass pane, and so you can see here that in its own in itself is really impressive. So we've got like you can see through the glass and also see the reflection from behind, which I mean, it's just perfect. The way it's done is just perfect. It's like properly perfect. You couldn't ask for a lot more, really. It's worth noting that if we see any artifacts in this, it's from the upscaling. The upscaling is not perfect, but I will say you would not know that this is running at 540p, that's not HD. That's pretty impressive. Okay, I want a mirror. I want to be able to let's place a mirror block down. I wonder if that's something that I can just. not very clear. You'd have thought it'd be under glass. Doesn't seem to be. Okay, well I can't find the glass at the mirror at the moment. Other than just a glass block, which I guess would be quite cool to build as well, in fairness. You can see, when you look through that, how the light bends, refracts, and even, wow, look at that! So what we've got here is that you can actually see a realistic, you can see the light actually bouncing around. Look, you can see on the left side of that, you can actually see the green door where it's reflecting internally within the glass. That's very, very impressive. It's very cool. Okay, not really sure what these do. So yeah, this is just like different examples of the light. We've got in here. Should we just do? I'm gonna do a quick example of the upscaling actually. So if you have the upscaling off, this is what it looks like. So as you can see, there really is no noticeable difference between the upscaling on and off. I'll do a quick comparison here. It'll be difficult to see, obviously. It'll be difficult to see from just the screenshots alone. Obviously, things like this are easier to see in motion, but you really can't tell a difference. I mean, if anything, if I'm going to critique what I'm seeing here, I would say, personally, the upscaled version looks better than the non-upscaled version. And if you look at my frame rate, I've got two frame rate counters, but probably easiest to see the one at the top right. It actually cuts the frame rate in half, almost, when you turn off the DLSS upscaling. So clearly it's really working well. That is very impressive. Another one which I'm not rating Minecraft. So this one is Aquatic Adventure, and I had a play around with this, and in my opinion, this is the best example of ray tracing in this beta. So pay close attention to how the water refracts light. Okay, so if we go over to here, can you see how light is bending realistically on the water? So it appears as though that grass, or I should say seaweed, underneath there is close to the surface. Well, when you go underwater, you can see that it's not, which is a realistic water effect that you have in real life. Look at that, look at that. That is properly impressive. So I'm going to just do a quick RTX on and off comparison for you. We've done the upscaling on and off. So remember, what that looked like. So this is RTX, that's the RTX on, and then we'll turn RTX off. So this is the same map with RTX off. So as you can see, the first thing that you can see is you can actually see the chunk distance has gone up because I don't have to have it on 8 chunks, so you can see that majestic palace, which I'm going to go and explore in a second. Didn't even know that was there, but as you can see, the water refraction's gone, and instead we've got just flat floor. You can just see the floor. It's not it's nothing special. The lighting from here is completely gone as well. There were lights illuminating that red. So now we'll do it back to RTX again. And so we've got, it's complete night and day, isn't it? I mean, look at that. Proper reflections. You can see through the water. You've got insanely good looking water here. Completely different. But I will say that having the draw distance so low is obviously quite sad because you can't see that palace. So we'll see what happens to the frame rate if I increase the render distance. So we're on like 58, 60 FPS at the moment. Let's crank up the ray tracing to 12 chunks. That's the next step up. Okay. So increasing the chunk distance from 8 to 12 doesn't seem to be too big a deal by the looks of it. That was worth doing, I think. Now I can actually see that palace in the background, which is nice. I experimented earlier with increasing the chunk distance, and I can tell you for a fact that you cannot get it up to the maximum without it crashing. It doesn't work. But I haven't tried it at a more reasonable 16 chunks. Okay, so now at 16 chunks, obviously the frame rate has now gone down by 10 compared to what it was before. But that's not bad a trade-off, I would say, considering how much better now the game looks that you can actually see that palace in the background. I don't think that's too bad. I'm going to go and visit that palace now. So yeah, I mean, this is running at 30 or 35 FPS on a reasonably beefy PC, and we'll turn upscaling off. And that is absolutely unplayable here. That's clearly just completely disgusting to play. 19 FPS. That's not, you can't do it. So yeah, upscaling isn't an option here. If you want to play this game, you have the upscaling on only. It's a shame there's not more fidelity with the graphics options, because in other games that have DLSS support, there's more. Oh wow! Did you see that? Did you see how look at that fisheye effect? Whoa! Look at that. That is really, really cool. Look at the reflection. Oh. The reflection of the stairs underwater. Look at that. Can you see how it's diffusing as well? Insane. This was me playing through Minecraft RTX, doing a little bit of a tour. Yeah, if you have an RTX card, you absolutely must check this out. Don't buy Minecraft for it, if you don't have Minecraft already, but who doesn't have Minecraft? It's a bit of a faff. It shouldn't be a faff getting this, but it is a little bit of a faff. But if you want to see exactly why your card is called RTX, then this is the best demo. This is the best demo for ray tracing that you're going to get. This is probably the best ray tracing demo we're going to get for like the next couple of years, actually, or until the full release of Minecraft RTX comes out. So yeah, definitely worth doing. So thank you very much for watching. If you could like and subscribe, that would make my day. For more videos, playthroughs, and we try and be nice and up to date with our cutting edge, bleeding edge content. Also check out our podcast Sandbox, which is now available on Spotify as well as YouTube, coming soon. Yeah, have a nice day, and I'll see you around.